Welcome to the channel. For the first time viewers, welcome back from my existing subscribers. Today I want to go over my time with the Black Ops 4 beta and share with you guys some feedback on my impressions that I got from the game. I got about 13-14 hours in, and that's between Friday and Saturday, so I'm ready to talk to this game a little bit. And for those of you that watched my really short stream on Friday, shout out to y'all, thank you. I had to cut it short because I went to go switch so I can make the stream longer. I went to go switch into my better microphone, and I actually ended up spilling soda on my PlayStation. Fixed it, ripped the power cord out, and I was able to, put the pieces back together, clean it out real good, and nothing bad happened. So that was just a lucky situation there. But let's get into the video. I want to break this video into 3 parts. I want to have a section where I go over the negatives, a section for the positives, and then what I'm neutral, pessimistic, and optimistic about. So a little bit different. Those will be more of my opinions and what I think versus what I've experienced. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the negatives so that we can end on a positive note. The graphics to me are not that good. They're not that polished. I know it's the beta. I think that the end result will be a lot cleaner, but if it's not, then this will be one of the uglier Call of Duties as far as like textures go. The color palette is really good compared to World War II, and off rip, I definitely like this game a lot more than World War II. Okay, the gunplay is the second thing I want to go over. It feels a little bit cheesy at times, and because there's so many, the time to kill is so high in this game that there's a lot of opportunities for you to see how bad the hit registration is, and there's a lot of opportunities where you like, you hit somebody maybe 5 times and they slide behind cover, come back, and it's like, yo, when you die, it feels like real cheesy. That's the best way I can explain it. All right, aim assist is another issue that I had in this game. It's not bad like World War II was. Like if you remember back when I was making the World War II video, I said the aim assist is kind of broken. It just didn't work right. This one's a little bit too corrective. Like I could be standing still and it will just start tugging me in random directions. And I'm talking about like, maybe an inch on my actual screen. Like that's pretty aggressive to me. So that's my issue with the aim assist. I think they could fix that by just, scaling it back a little bit and making you have a little bit more control over your own aim. And, add that little player accountability to that, so that if you're not aiming in the right place, then the aim assist won't help you as much. Versus like I was just standing still, like I said, and the aim assist started pulling me towards my opponent, which was like on the other side of the wall or some shit. So they could fix that real quick. Last 2 negatives I want to touch base on are the inconsistency in the fluidity of the movement. Sometimes you're going around and everything is moving around smoothly, and then other times it just feels kind of like you're stiff and jagged. It's not a very smooth experience at times. And then, like I said, sometimes when you're sliding around and moving around and mantling and everything's going right, that it really feels good to control. And when it's the opposite of that, that's when I have an issue with the movement system. And the last thing is the unshakable familiarity with certain maps. Like I feel like I played some of these maps before. So there's a couple maps that are going to be remade this year, but I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like even though I don't know the maps per se, like as far as like the back of my hand, I feel like they just feel familiar. That's the best way I can explain it. They just feel familiar. So although they're a little bit different, I wish they would stand out a lot more so that we can be like, okay, this is completely different. This is a completely different experience from what I've experienced in the past as far as Call of Duty goes. But I don't get that feeling. I get the feeling of like, I mean, it's a cool map, but I feel like, like I said, I've been here before. Now let's talk about some of the positives from this beta, and I'd like to start with the mantling system. I really like the way that you can mantle, as you'll see in some of these clips. Like I'll jump in that window on this map, and it's very smooth. Like there's a lot of things that you would normally feel like you should double jump for, and I don't really like that feeling. It's kind of like they took it out the game, and it just feels like it should be there, but it makes up for it because you can jump up really high, and like right here on the right is where you usually can mantle from. So you just jump up, he automatically grabs the ledge and just hops right into the window. So that makes it a little bit easier to traverse, and I really like how smooth and how fluid it goes. Okay, so the next thing is, as far as the positive goes, is the control game mode is really awesome. I feel like control is definitely the way to go with the increased health, the healing yourself, and the tactical gameplay that they're going for. I feel like if you play TDM, you won't be lost in this game, but it won't make as much sense as it should, versus if you just play Control. Like if you play Control, you'll really get it. You'll be like, okay, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Like the way that you could use some of these specialists and the way that you can, like I said, heal yourself, the extra health that you get, it plays more into the strengths of that type of environment of gameplay. So try it out if you haven't. If you get a chance to, and you haven't tried Control yet, try it and maybe you'll see what I mean as far as like Control making more sense for this playstyle. Another thing too is the gameplay feels fresh. Like they did a lot of changes to the Call of Duty formula as far as, to me anyways, as far as the health system and how you do your gunfight. So that to me is, it's not a good or a bad thing. It's kind of like one of those things where I look at it as a positive because I don't really play Call of Duty that much anymore, because it was so stale, because it's just the same thing over and over again. But this year might be a little bit different as far as them trying out new things. And at first, when you try new things, everybody's not going to like it. So you kind of just have to find a happy medium where you're trying new things and giving the gamers what they like. Okay. So headshots are more important than ever. And after being a Rainbow Six Siege player for the last year and some change, going on 2 years now, the one-shot headshot mechanic has become one of my favorite things in gaming. And no matter what game I play, I usually try to aim for the head. So in Call of Duty, there's only like 2 to 3 shots to kill somebody in the head, and it's still that. But with this added health system and this added time to kill from body shots, headshots are still about the same amount of shots to kill someone. So now it's almost better to aim for the head. It's always been that way, but it's almost better to aim for the head than just to aim for the torso and, hope for the best. And the last two things are the kills feel more satisfying, even though the gunplay feels a little bit cheesy. When you do get a kill, it feels better because obviously the person has more health, and I feel like the higher the time to kill, the more, not skill it takes, but the harder it is to pull off like doubles, triples, and quad feeds and all these extra kill streaks. Like I got a Fury kill, and that was like more satisfying than if I had got one where people just get melted immediately. And the new specialist, I can't remember his name, but it's like Crash, and I can't think of the guy's name. The guy with the barricade that's pretty much a guardian and a ballistic shield. That dude is really awesome, especially, like I said, in the Control game type, when you put down barbed wire and you block off one entrance and then you have your shield on the other entrance, and all you do is just, hold that area down until you take it. That's really cool to me. So I feel like that game mode, I don't know, man. I feel like it's the kill confirm, kind of like when they brought kill confirm. What was it, Modern Warfare 3? It was like this new game mode that was like, yo, this is dope. It might have been before Modern Warfare 3, but anyways, when they brought in kill confirm to the Call of Duty, it changed a lot of things. A lot of people had a new game mode to play. So the last part of this video that I want to talk about is going to be, like I said, my more opinion type things, the neutral, the pessimistic, the optimistic, right? You have to go into this game with a kind of open mindset, because this game is not bringing Call of Duty back to the glory days. So don't expect that from this game. Don't expect like a Modern Warfare 2 or 3 out of this. This is a completely different experience, and I think you'll enjoy this game a lot more if you look at it from the perspective of an Overwatch or a Rainbow Six Siege, like a hero type shooter. Black Ops 3 was a hero shooter, but it was more like, it felt like Call of Duty, right? This is a Call of Duty game that feels like a hero shooter, and when you play it that way and you have that mindset, like that was my second day. And the way I played this game, it was like an ebb and flow. First day I was like, it's okay, and then I started warming up to it, then I started falling out from it. And then the second day I changed my mindset, and I was like, yeah, you know what, this is kind of like a hero shooter. And after I started thinking that way, like the game made a lot more sense, and I had a lot more fun playing. In the beginning, I didn't want to pre-order the game because I didn't want to, boost their sales numbers or anything like that. I wanted to see it, but I felt like even with this $5 tag from GameStop that I paid to pre-order and get the beta code, even with that, I feel like I can make a better informed decision based off of my own experience versus watching, because I'm more of a do-it-yourself type of guy. Like when I learn better when it's hands-on. So I wanted to see this game in action for myself, see how it felt, and I was surprised. It was a pretty good experience overall. I think it warrants a base game purchase so far, but like I said, if you can look past the fact that it's not your traditional Call of Duty and it's not aiming to bring it back to the glory days, you can have some fun with this game. But if you're looking for like that Modern Warfare 2 feel, this isn't it. You're not going to find it here. That's my opinion so far. And I hope you guys end up playing this game, man. I hope you guys try it out either on the beta. I don't think they're gonna do an open beta, but like I said, I went to GameStop, paid the $5, and even if I didn't like it, I could have just transferred it over to another game or something like that. So it's not the end of the world. Let me know what you guys think about this beta, if you got a chance to play it, if you're even excited for this game, or if you think Call of Duty is dead, in the comment section below. And I look forward to having a little chat with you guys down there. And join the Discord if you guys haven't already. In my descriptions, I've been adding a link to the Discord. So if you guys want to ever chat, I'm usually pretty active in there. So just make sure you at me when you're in there so I know. All right, you guys be easy, and I'll catch you in the next video.